அன்பார்ந்த மாணவர்களே, இந்த வீடியோவில் 12ஆம் வகுப்பிற்குரிய யூனிட் 7 கெமிக்கல் கைனெட்டிக்ஸ் என்ற பாடத்தின் இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன், ரேட் ஆஃப் கெமிக்கல் ரியாக்ஷன், ஸ்டோக்கியோமெட்ரி அண்ட் ரேட் ஆஃப் ரியாக்ஷன் போன்ற பகுதிகளை காண உள்ளோம். In class 11, we studied about the feasibility of chemical reaction. But in thermodynamics, we didn't study anything about the rate of chemical reaction. In our daily life, we used to see some reactions which takes place very fast, like explosives. At the same time, some other reactions takes place very slowly. For example, class 11 practical you studied test for sulfate. When barium chloride solution is added to sulfate salt or sulfuric acid, immediately white precipitate of barium sulfate is formed. At the same time, we know that the rusting of iron completed after several years. That means it's a very slow reaction. In this chapter, we can study about how fast a chemical reaction can occur, then what happens between the initial and final stage of a reaction, and so on. Okay, then the topic chemical kinetics. The kinetics word comes from Greek word kinesis, meaning movement. By the knowledge of chemical kinetics, we are able to proceed a chemical reaction with an optimum speed. The optimum speed means to the maximum speed we can able to perform a chemical reaction. It is industrially important chemical reaction, organic and inorganic synthesis, and so on. In this chapter, we can study about the rate of chemical reaction and the factors affecting the rate of reaction, the theories of reaction rate, temperature dependence of a chemical reaction. Now first we can see about rate of chemical reaction. What is called rate of chemical reaction? The change in the concentration of the species involved in a chemical reaction per unit time gives the rate of reaction. What is the meaning of species? Species represents reactants and products. Okay, all the reactants and all the products. That means rate of reaction means the change in the concentration of the reactants or products involved in a chemical reaction per unit time is rate of reaction. Then now let us consider a simple general reaction A gives B. The concentration of reactant A can be measured at different time intervals. Let concentration of A at 2 time intervals, say T1 and T2, be A1 and A2 respectively. The rate of the reaction can be expressed as rate is equal to minus into change in concentration of reactants divided by change in time. Then what is the use of this minus sign? Why this minus sign is written here? Generally, rate is a positive quantity. Here, change in concentration of reactants means generally initial concentration is higher, final concentration is lower. Initially, we can start a reaction with the 5 moles of reactants. Then after sometimes 1 mole of the reactant is reacted. So remaining is 4 moles. So change in concentration is 4 minus 5, that is minus 1. So we will get a negative quantity here. A2 minus A1 concentration, we will get a negative quantity. A time change, we will get a positive quantity. So the total answer is a negative. In order to avoid the negative, we can put one minus sign in the beginning. Okay, so we will get a positive value. So rate is equal to minus A2 minus A1 by T2 minus T1 equal to minus delta A, concentration of A, concentration of reactant, divided by delta T. You keep in mind this minus sign we have to use if we take the concentration term here, change in concentration, then only we have to put the minus sign. If you write the rate in terms of product, then no need of minus sign, because concentration of product increases with the time. So minus sign is not required. Okay, if we use reactant, we have to put minus sign. During the reaction, concentration of reactant decreases, that is A2 is final concentration less than the initial concentration A1, and hence change in concentration A2 minus A1 is a negative value. By convention, the reaction rate is positive 1, and hence a negative sign is introduced in the rate expression, equation 7.1, this minus sign. Okay, if concentration is followed by measuring the product concentration, the rate is given by delta concentration of product B divided by delta T. Since B2 is greater than B1, no minus sign is required here. Then you see here, change in concentration of A and B. For the reaction, A gives B. Here y-axis concentration is written. Here x-axis we can take the time in minutes. Okay, if we take the reactants, initially reactant concentration is very high. Time t is equal to 0. Concentration of reactant is very high. When time is going on, the reactants react to form the product, and hence the concentration of reactant decreases. This line, this curve, you will get. Okay. If we take the product concentration, you see the green curve we will get. Initial concentration is 0. Initially there is no product. When time is going on, concentration of product increases. Initially sharply it increases, then it increases slowly. Like this curve we will get. Then what is the unit of rate of a reaction? You see, rate is equal to minus delta A by delta T. Delta A means change in concentration divided by change in time. Okay, that means unit of rate means here numerator, you see this is concentration time, denominator is time. So concentration we can use, that means we can write like this. You see, unit of rate is equal to unit of concentration divided by unit of time. Unit of concentration is mole per liter or mole per decimeter cube. Unit of concentration. Unit of time is SI unit is second. So unit of rate is mole per liter per second. You see, usually concentration is expressed in number of moles per liter, and time is expressed in seconds. And therefore, unit of rate of reaction is mole per liter per second. Then depending upon nature of reaction, minute, hour, year, etc. can also be used. If the change in concentration with the time, that means the change in concentration with the time is very, very less, then we may use minute, hour, year, etc. Okay. But then if the reaction involving gas phase, or we can say gas phase reaction, the concentration is generally expressed in terms of partial pressure. And in such a case, we can use rate of reaction. We use the unit is atmosphere per second. Atmosphere per second. Okay, instead of concentration, we can use partial pressure. Pressure unit is atmosphere. So unit of reaction rate is atmosphere per second. Then stoichiometry and rate of reaction. In a reaction, A gives B. The stoichiometry of both reactant and products are same. Here 1 mole, here 1 mole. So when 1 mole of reactant disappears, 1 mole of product formed. And hence rate of disappearance of A is equal to rate of appearance of B. So rate we can represent in terms of A is identical or same as the rate in terms of B. Okay, you see here, and hence the rate of disappearance of A and rate of appearance of product B are same. Now let us consider a different reaction. A gives to B. A is reactant, B is product. A gives to B. Now here you see, when 1 mole of A disappears, 2 moles of B is formed. So rate of formation of B is double than that of rate of disappearance of A. Okay, that means when 1 mole of A is disappeared, 2 moles of B appears. Okay, in this case, for every mole of A that disappears, 2 moles of B appears. That is, the rate of formation of B is twice as fast as rate of disappearance of A. Therefore, rate of reaction can be expressed as below. You see, already we studied rate we can represent in terms of reactant. So we will get minus dA by dt. Okay, in terms of B, we can say plus value dB by dt. Okay, whether these two values are identical. In this case, these two values are not identical. Okay, because rate expressed in terms of A is less, rate expressed in terms of B is high. Okay, so the rate expressed in terms of A is not equal to rate expressed in terms of B. Okay, so we have to adjust the expression as follows. You see, rate is equal to, in terms of B, we can say dB by dt, dB by dt equal to, this value is same as double the concentration of double the rate of disappearance of A. So 2 into minus dA by dt. Okay, in other words, we can say rate is equal to minus dA by dt equal to 1 by 2 into this 2 we can change to this side. So we'll get 1 by 2 dB by dt. That means, you see, in terms of A, here there is no number of mole, that means 1. So we can write minus dA by dt. Here 2b is there. So in terms of B, we can write dB by dt divided by this number of moles. Then only these two values are identical or equal. Okay. So in generally, we can say for a general reaction, rate of reaction is equal to the rate of consumption of reactant or formation of a product divided by its coefficient in the balanced equation. So let us consider the hypothetical equation XA plus YB gives LC plus MD. For this reaction, how to write rate? Rate is equal to minus, in terms of A, we can say minus dA by dt. Then we have to divide with this number of moles. So 1 by X. So minus 1 by X into dA by dt. In terms of B, how to write? This is also reactant. So minus 1 by Y into dB by dt. Then in terms of C, how to write? Here, this is a product. So there is no need of minus sign. So 1 by L into dC by dt. In terms of D, how to write? This also product. So positive value 1 by M dM by dt. Then average and instantaneous rate. Let us understand the average rate and instantaneous rate by considering the isomerization of cyclopropane. You see, this is cyclopropane. When it is heated to about 780 Kelvin, it is converted into propane. Okay. The kinetics of the above reaction is followed by measuring the concentration of cyclopropane at regular intervals, and the observations are shown below in table 7.1. Table 7.1, here concentration of cyclopropane at various times during its isomerization at 780 Kelvin is given. You see, when time t is equal to 0, the concentration of cyclopropane is 2 moles per liter. That means initial quantity is on. After time t means here 5, after 5 minutes, concentration decreases. It is how much? 1.67. After 10 minutes, concentration is 1.40. After 15 minutes, concentration 1.17. After 20 minutes, concentration 0.98. After 25 minutes, concentration is 0.82. After 30 minutes, concentration is 0.69. From this, we can write average rate of reaction. So average rate of reaction equal to change in concentration. That means final concentration 0.69. Here first one we have to put on minus sign. Okay. Then change in concentration of cyclopropane divided by change in time, which is equal to this minus sign. Then final concentration 0.69 minus initial concentration 2.00. Okay, this value written divided by time change T2 minus T1. T2 is 30, T1 is 0. 30 minus 0. So we will get minus 1.31. Here one minus sign is there, so we will get to positive. 1.31 divided by 30. When divide, we will get 4.36 into 10 to the power minus 2 mole per liter per minute. Okay. Then you see, it means that during the first 30 minutes of the reaction, the concentration of reactant, that is cyclopropane, decreases as on average of 4.36 into 10 to the power minus 2 mole per liter. That means for every minute, the concentration decreased by 4.36 into 10 to the power minus 2 mole per liter. That's the meaning. Now, let us calculate average rate for an initial and later stage over a short period. Here for 30 minutes we taken this average rate. Okay. Then also we can take average rate in the initial stage and the final stage by taking a short period, not 30 minutes. We can take 10 minutes. Okay. So initial stage, you see, initial rate is equal to for 10 minutes. So this is the final concentration, 1.4 minus 2. Okay, here one minus sign, 1.4 minus 2 divided by 10 minus 0. Okay, so we will get 0.6 by 10 equal to 6 into 10 to the power minus 2 mole per liter per minute. You compare this value and this value, you compare, you see, here also 10 to the power minus 2, here also 10 to the power minus 2. Here this value, you see, 4.36, here 6. That means the average rate, when find out at the initial stage or starting stage, initial stage is higher. Okay. Then you see, let us calculate for final stage. Okay. The last 10 minutes we can take, last 10 minutes. So 0.69 minus 0.69 minus 0.98 divided by time, 30 minus 20. Okay. So this is 10. This value we will get 0.29. When we divide, we will get 2.9 into 10 to the power minus 2. Now you compare this value and this value. You see, 10 to the power minus 2. Here also 10 to the power minus 2. But this value you see, 6, here 2.9. What is the difference? When time is going on, average rate will decrease. Okay. At the initial stage, it is higher value. Final stage, it is lower. Or in other words, we can say the rate of reaction decreases with the time. When time is going on, rate decrease. From the above calculation, we come to know that the rate decreases with the time as the reaction proceeds, and the average rate cannot be used to predict the rate of reaction at any instant. You see, this is the average rate. Okay, this is not same as this value or this value. It is different. Okay, it is not the same with or it is not identical with the average rate at the initial stage or final stage. Okay, it is not identical. Okay, so we can use instant rate. The new term here we taken a time range 10 minutes. Okay, if the time approaches 0, if the time change approaches 0, then the rate is called instantaneous rate. Okay, you see, rate of reaction at a particular instant during the reaction is called instantaneous rate. So what is called instantaneous rate? Rate of reaction at a particular instant during the reaction is called instantaneous rate. The shorter the time period we choose, the closer we approach to the instantaneous rate. That means if the time taken is very small, it approaches or it tends to 0, then the rate is called instantaneous rate. As delta T tends to 0 or approaches 0, then change in concentration of cyclopropane by change in time. Here one minus sign is there. So we will get minus. Instead of delta, we can use D. Since time approaches delta T, time change approaches to 0. So instead of delta, we can use the term D. It is just like a differentiation. Okay, so minus D concentration of cyclopropane divided by dt. Okay, a plot of concentration of cyclopropane versus time is a curve as shown in figure 7.2. Okay, you see here cyclopropane concentration is taken here. Here time is taken. We will get a graph like this graph curve. We will get curve, this curve. Okay, I mean instantaneous rate at any particular instant t, that is d cyclopropane concentration by dt, is obtained by calculating the slope of tangent drawn to the curve at that instant. Okay, so instantaneous rate we can find out from the table, from the graph. Okay, from the calculated value, it is not possible to find out instantaneous rate. So we have to draw concentration time graph. From this graph only we can find out instantaneous rate. For example, instantaneous rate when concentration of cyclopropane is 0.5 m. How to find out? You see, this is 0.5 m concentration cyclopropane. Okay, it cut the curve here at this place. So at this place, at this point, we have to draw a tangent. So this is the tangent drawn at that point. This is the tangent. For this tangent, we can take slope of the tangent, that is tan theta. Tan theta equal to opposite side by adjacent side. So here for this line, for this tangent, we can draw a right angled triangle like this. Okay, like this. Here we can put a right angle triangle like this. Okay, for this right angle triangle, this is the opposite side, this is adjacent side. Okay, opposite side by adjacent side gives tan theta value. That's the slope of this line. Okay, that value gives instantaneous rate. In general, the instantaneous reaction rate at a moment of mixing the reactant is calculated from the slope of the tangent drawn to the curve at mole per liter. The rate calculated by this method is called initial rate of reaction. Let us calculate the instantaneous rate of isomerization of cyclopropane at different concentration, 2 molar concentration, 1 molar concentration, and 0.5 molar concentration from the graph shown in figure 7.2. The results obtained are tabulated below. Okay, like this value we will get from the graph only. From the graph, for this concentration 2 molarity, we have to put a tangent. For the tangent, we can find out the slope. This is the value of slope. Okay. Similarly, for 1 molar concentration, 0.5 molar concentration, tangents are drawn, and the slope of the tangent is find out. These are the values. Okay. அன்பார்ந்த மாணவர்களே, இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடித்திருந்தால் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் செய்யுங்கள், லைக் செய்யுங்கள், ஷேர் செய்யுங்கள். திரையில் தோன்றும் லிங்கை பயன்படுத்தி +2 கெமிஸ்ட்ரியில் உள்ள வீடியோக்கள் அனைத்தையும் பார்வையிடலாம். நன்றி.